Good evening, everyone. Appreciate you being here, and on behalf of the Cottonwood Heights City Council and Administration, I welcome you to our first annual State of the City report and address tonight. We appreciate each of you for being here and for all of your contributions to our wonderful community here of Cottonwood Heights. My name is Tim Tingy. I'm the City Manager of Cottonwood Heights, and I want to recognize our Mayor and City Council members that are here. Some of them were not able to be here tonight, but we recognize Mayor Mike Weichers. You'll hear from him shortly. So thank you for being here. Councilmember Sean Newell as well, and Councilmember Suzanne Highland from our City Council. Thank you for all that you do and for being here tonight. Council members Ellen Burrell and Matt Holton were unable to be with us, but we appreciate all that they do and the support that they provide. We appreciate other elected officials that are here as well in attendance, including the following: Mayor Jenny Wilson, Salt Lake County, Councilmember Suzanne Harrison, and Granado from Salt Lake County as well. We appreciate you being here. We also have representatives of the Cottonwood Heights Parks and Recreation Service Area elected officials. We have Bart Hopkin and Patty Hansen here. Appreciate you being here. From our state legislature, Representative Galen Binion here as well, and also from our Canyon School District, Amber Shield is here. We appreciate you being here. I hope I did not forget. Oh, and also Dan Morzaleski, who is also one of the elected officials. Sorry, Dan, you were hiding back behind there. So thank you for being here, representing the Cottonwood Heights Parks and Recreation Service Area. So thanks all for being here and for the support. We'll be hearing from Mayor Weichers here shortly. I now invite each of you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. This will be led by one of our youth city council members, Orion Earhart. We appreciate him being here. And I also ask that you remain standing, because after the Pledge of Allegiance, we will have one of our very talented Cottonwood Heights residents provide sing the national anthem. It's Emily Diazevedo Brown, and she will be accompanied by her husband, Derek Brown. So we'll have Orion come up. Thank you.
Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance with me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a performance of the national anthem by Emily Diazevedo Brown and Derek Brown.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
We appreciate city staff members that have been involved in helping make this evening what it is. And so I want to recognize Ann Etchell, our culture manager, for all of her efforts in this, Tiffany Jansen in the city manager's office, and also Alex Earl of our IT staff that is here, and for their contributions to this night. After the State of the City address, what we have is we have refreshments. After the address, the meeting will be completed, so we invite you to socialize, to have some refreshments, and just enjoy associating one with another. At this time, I'm going to turn the time to Mayor Mike Weichers, who will now present the 2024 Cottonwood Heights State of the City address.
First off, thank you, Orion. That was great. We appreciate your service as a youth council member to our city. And Emily, I felt like we were at the Jazz game, and we were going to start cheering in the middle of that. That was absolutely amazing. So thank you for your amazing talent and for sharing it with us this evening. Good evening, residents of Cottonwood Heights, members of the city council, business leaders, department directors, city staff, and elected officials from other cities, from Salt Lake County and from the state of Utah. I am grateful for the opportunity to address you this evening concerning the state of the city of Cottonwood Heights. I am proud to serve as the city's mayor and to be a part of the city council. I congratulate city council members Matt Holton and Suzanne Hyland for their decisions to serve the community and their recent elections to office. I express gratitude to them and to council members Sean Newell and Ellen Burrell for their hard work and time invested in performing the legislative functions of the Cottonwood Heights City government. I also express gratitude to past elected officials, including former Mayor Kelvin Collimore, former Mayor Mike Peterson, past members of the City Council, and to Scott Bracken, who recently finished 19 years of service on the council. This past year has had significant challenges. Last March, we were devastated by the unexpected death of City Council member Doug Peterson. He had such a passion and love for our community. We miss him very much, and I want to recognize his wife, Kathy, who is here tonight. Please join me by thanking Doug and Kathy for their service to our community. We love you, Kathy and Doug. I express gratitude this evening to our city manager, Tim Tingey, along with department heads Chief Robbie Russo, Mike Johnson, Matt Shipp, Paula Melgar, and Scott Jurgis. Their efforts, service, and leadership are exceptional as they execute administrative functions of our city. I express gratitude for our city attorney, Shane Topham, community partners, Unified Fire Authority, represented by Assistant Chief Riley Pilgrim, Canyon School District, the Cottonwood Heights Parks and Recreation Service Area, Salt Lake City Public Utilities, Cottonwood Improvement District, Wasatch Front Waste and Recycling District, the Holiday Justice Court, the South Valley Chamber of Commerce, Salt Lake County, and the state of Utah. Running a city is truly a team effort. I also appreciate the service of our community's representatives in the state legislature and appreciate their presence here tonight. I also express my gratitude this evening to the nearly 90 residents who volunteer to serve on the city's various boards and commissions, plus many others who volunteer on our projects and programs. These volunteers serve quietly and without fanfare, yet their impact for good is immeasurable. The renowned anthropologist Margaret Mead once stated, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." Our community is so much stronger because of the great service of our residents and their attitude of volunteerism. We are indebted to them and their investment to help make Cottonwood Heights an amazing place to live. I begin by saying the state of the city of Cottonwood Heights is strong and sound. I would like to emphasize some noteworthy facts to demonstrate this. Our Finance and Administration Department, under the direction of Scott Jurgis, has received the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for 16 consecutive years, along with multiple other high-performance recognitions. In 2023, the department was heavily involved in the issuance of a $13 million bond to purchase the Hillside Plaza Shopping Center, which we anticipate will be transformed in the coming years into a new city center for our community. We've established a citizen advisory committee to assist in the input process to develop a town center vision for this property, and recently held 2 public forums to hear from our residents to help shape this vision. We look forward to sharing more details about this project with our residents very soon. Our IT staff continues to exceed expectations and running our complex computer networks and for keeping us safe from nefarious actors. Their diligence in training staff and implementing cybersecurity measures to protect the city is as important a work as is being done at the city. The city is financially secure. Our general fund ending balance for the 2022-2023 budget year was $9.5 million. After setting aside the reserve amounts required by state law and city policy, just over $7 million is available for appropriation throughout the current 23-24 budget year. The fiscal responsibility of staff and the council is one reason we are one of 2 municipalities within Salt Lake County to not raise the property tax mill rate over the last 5 years, even during the unprecedented inflationary environment of the last 2 years. Our Cottonwood Heights Police Department, CHPD, under the leadership of Chief Robbie Russo, has continued to be one of the most effective public safety organizations in the state. The department works closely with the Cottonwood Heights community to strengthen relationships and foster trust. This is exemplified by the Cottonwood Heights Police Academy, an annual program aimed at enhancing confidence and dispelling misconceptions between the police department and the community. Our officers undergo specialized training with regards to intervention response to autism spectrum disorder and other mental illnesses, working closely with the Utah Autism Awareness Foundation and hosting an annual barbecue to further the department's relationships and bonds with educators, caregivers, and those suffering from this disorder. This past year, the City Council budgeted monies to reestablish a dedicated traffic safety unit consisting of 4 full-time officers who will focus on traffic management and enforcement with the specific intent to decrease traffic-related incidents and enable quicker response to citizen-related complaints. This initiative aims to enhance the safety of both motorized and non-motorized forms of transportation. The unit will bring a heightened focus to anyone driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and to warn or ticket those not obeying our traffic laws. In 2023, CHPD engaged a licensed clinical social worker to provide counseling to police staff and to offer instruction in developing mental toughness and resilience, strategies for maintaining family health, coping with burnout and compassion fatigue, understanding personality profiles, and identifying and combating depression and anxiety. The police department conducts security training exercises within the community's schools each year so that officers will be familiar with the layouts with each school and maximizing response times and efforts. In conjunction with Canyon School District, we held a meeting for school parents interested in learning more about our commitment to ensure our schools are as safe as possible. Our police department's K-9 program continues to set the standard in the state of Utah. In this year's Utah Peace Officers Association statewide competition, our K-9 team took first place in narcotics detection. The city council continued the practice of being a no-kill animal shelter city, finding forever homes and placements for all unclaimed pets. We also established a more robust patrol and ordinance enforcement presence in parks, trails, and open spaces on weekends. As mayor, I call upon all residents of Cottonwood Heights to do your part in discouraging crime in our neighborhoods by watching out for your neighbors and reporting suspicious activity to the police department. I believe we can cut down on crime if we are diligent in reporting suspicious behavior. Along with our police officers, I wish to acknowledge and thank our firefighters and representatives from the Unified Fire Authority for their appropriate and timely response to recent pedestrian and auto accidents that have occurred in our city. Many lives have been saved due to the heroism of both our police and UFA partners. Our city is blessed by your courage and fortitude in responding to all types of emergencies. I encourage our residents to continue to focus on driving cautiously, looking out for pedestrians, and adhering to all traffic laws. The Cottonwood Heights Public Works Department, under the leadership and direction of Matt Shipp, continues to operate effectively. This department maintains and manages the city's infrastructure, including roads, stormwater systems, streetlights, traffic signals, right-of-way, parks, and snow removal. This past year, the department implemented year 5 of the pavement management plan, applying just under 2 million square feet of slurry seal improvements. They finished road enhancements on Danish Road, 3000 East and Hollow Mill Drive. They completed sidewalk improvements on 2700 East, managed the successful construction of the new Ferguson Park, and completed the Prospector Drive Storm Drain Waterway project. They also facilitated completion of the Big Cottonwood Canyon Trail reconstruction project. The department surveyed over 2,700 manholes, collected 650 tons of debris while street sweeping, repaired over 4,000 potholes, and cleaned over 4,300 storm drain grates. They also raised 172 storm drain manholes that have been covered before incorporation. Our Public Works Department is the literal definition of local government, where the rubber hits the road in providing services to its residents. The Public Works Department also helped obtain multiple grants in 2023, including one intended for the critical installation this spring of a hawk light on Fort Union Boulevard near Bella Vista Elementary School, and another for enhancements to the crossing on Bengal Boulevard at Brighton High School. Last year was a historic winter snow season with 59 snow events that resulted in the plowing of 196 inches of snow from city streets. 49,000 total miles were driven for snow removal in our city, and 5,813 tons of salt were applied to our roads. The 2023 spring flood season presented unique difficulties due to an unprecedented amount of snowfall. This created a heightened risk of flooding along Big and Little Cottonwood creeks within the city. The Cottonwood Heights Police Department and Public Works collaborated closely to orchestrate the filling of sandbags by volunteers to safeguard critical infrastructure, residences, and businesses within the city. Public Works staff conducted daily inspections and debris removal in waterways, as well as hauling away materials collected by residents. Although stream flows ultimately remained manageable, the city was prepared to address potential issues arising from the massive snowmelt. We are grateful for the collaboration with Salt Lake County Emergency Management in helping to reduce the flooding risk this past year. We are excited for the opening of the city's new Public Works building this spring. This facility will provide indoor storage of our snowplows and other equipment, and an improved salt storage area that will allow for a more expedited response to winter storms on our roads. Our Community and Economic Development Department, led by Mike Johnson, has been effective in implementing a variety of projects and planning efforts. This past year, the department staff processed 60 land use applications, coordinated and reviewed 71 design review committee requests, reviewed and issued 829 building permits, and conducted over 2,000 site and project inspections. Community and economic development staff refined a draft to our sensitive lands ordinance, staging town hall meetings and working closely with residents and the city council to finalize the ordinance adopted in late 2023. Staff procured 2 substantial planning grants to help develop a master plan for the new town center project on the Hillside Plaza property, and another to conduct a feasibility analysis for the future expansion of the East Jordan Canal Trail. They also managed the process to procure and develop a new public park at the church meeting house site on Dover Hill Drive. With the City Council's recent decision for the city to join the South Valley Chamber of Commerce, Community and Economic Development staff began work to integrate city and chamber services to enhance business outreach and retention efforts. They coordinated activities for the city's Cottonwood Heights Business Association, including new business luncheons, the trunk or treat activity, a community block party, and a Sub for Santa activity. In conjunction with the Parks, Trails, and Open Space Committee, staff is finalizing plans for a pollinator garden at Mountain View Park and for a community tree sale event to be completed within the next few months. Our Records, Culture, and Human Resources Department is led by Paula Melgar. This department has been effective in managing multiple administrative functions in the city, including election services, human resources, records management, and city events. This past year, they responded to 189 records requests and 7 bidding processes, and supported the City Council, the Planning Commission, the Architectural Review Commission, and numerous business and administrative meetings and hearings. They also conducted yearly training sessions for employees and administered an employee compensation study. There were several amazing community events this past year. In conjunction with the Arts Council, staff held auditions and facilitated the Guys and Dolls play performance with highly positive attendance and reviews. The culture staff facilitated a virtual Easter bunny hop, in addition to an Easter egg hunt that attracted thousands of our younger residents to Butler Park. Along with volunteers from the community, staff planned and organized a memorable Butlerville Days, including 3 days of activities, on-stage entertainment, and both a drone and live fireworks show. Residents reported it as one of the best Butlerville Days in memory. Records, Culture, and Human Resources staff also organized and facilitated the Bark in the Park event and the Light the Heights tree lighting and sing-along. This past year, the city finalized a city promotional video that has been placed on our website and will be used for economic development activities. We were privileged to have multiple members of the community involved in this project, and even a celebrity appearance from our own Post Malone. I want to take a minute to share this video with you this evening. Cottonwood Heights, the city between the canyons. Cottonwood Heights was incorporated as a city in 2005. Its central location makes it an excellent area to do business, to live, and to recreate. There's plenty of outdoor and indoor recreation, and you can get just about anywhere in the valley within 15 to 20 minutes. Our city has so many volunteers that make this such a great place to live. Our Historic Committee and Parks, Trails, and Open Space Committee accomplish great things each and every year. Aside from Salt Lake City, we have the most Class A office space in the state and are listed by Money Magazine as one of the top 100 small cities to live. Our city has a long and unique history. So let's hear from Jeree Harwell, a founding council member for the city.
In 1999, I was on the Cottonwood Heights Community Council, and we began a petition to look at incorporating as a city. We gained enough signatures, we paid for a feasibility study, and that led to what is now Cottonwood Heights City.
Thanks to our partnership with Canyon School District, all of our schools have been newly built or renovated. We have amazing academic programs for our students. Let's hear what Amber Schill has to say about our school's performance.
I love living in Cottonwood Heights, and one of the reasons is because there are great schools. Bryan High School is known for the athletics, but they also have amazing academics. We actually have 25% of students that choose to come there from out of boundary. Students want to come there, not just for sports, but also for academics. Academics are really top in the state across the board, across elementary, middle, high school. Their test scores are one of the top in the state. We have one of the highest pass rates in the state for AP classes. And we have some amazing teachers that teach those classes, and that's why we have amazing pass rates.
We had the pleasure of speaking with Laura Garcia, the chair of the Cottonwood Heights Arts Council.
I've lived in Cottonwood Heights for about 16 years and I love it here. I got involved with the Arts Council about 3 years ago. The Cottonwood Heights arts community is amazing. We have a lot of local artists that we get to highlight every month in the City Hall building for the Artist of the Month. And it's a free show every month.
Our staff has a wealth of experience, including our city manager, Tim Tinney, our police chief, Robbie Russo, and all of our department heads to help lead this city in the right direction. People from all over the valley get to enjoy the Cottonwood Heights Recreation Center, the iconic ice arena, basketball, pickleball and tennis, and our amazing pools. We have an amazing business landscape with some of the best retailers in the country, from big box retailers to small hole-in-the-walls. So not only is Cottonwood Heights a great place to live, it's also a great place to work. I love living in Cottonwood Heights, but don't take my word for it. Let's hear from one of the most famous people in the entire world who makes his home right here in Cottonwood Heights.
Hi guys, it's Bo Steve, and I love living here in Cottonwood Heights. It's the most amazing place ever, and I have had such a great time over these years, and I love you guys too.
Let's hear from David Gilman about why he chose Cottonwood Heights for his corporate headquarters for Breeze Airways.
Cottonwood Heights is a great place to live and work. When I was looking for headquarters for Breeze, there was just no other choice there. I would come back to my roots. Cottonwood Heights is centrally located, and there's an amazing diversified workforce here. Cottonwood Heights has lots of Class A workspace, and so we can grow our business. We're on 2 floors here, and we have other space to grow. And up here on the east end of the valley, it's so centrally located. It's not a long commute for anybody, and it's close to everything. And then these majestic mountains that we have that just look over our conference rooms, and when we bring people in, suppliers and visitors here and recruiting, they look at these mountains and kind of at the mouth of Big Cone Canyon, and they're just absolutely blown away by the scenery and the beauty, and so it was really a no-brainer.
As you can see, Cottonwood Heights has a long history of community and thriving economics. As we look to the future, we envision continuing on the path of culture, community, business, and prosperity. We are so excited for the future. Thank you. This evening, I wish to reaffirm again that the state of Cottonwood Heights is strong and sound. However, as the state legislature is in session, even as I speak, there are some legislators who are proponents of legislation that could be extremely detrimental to Cottonwood Heights and Utah's other cities. We are working diligently to identify and oppose bills that could harm our city and reduce or eliminate local control. I encourage each of you to find out who represents you at the legislature and ask them where they stand on any legislation that threatens the local authority of cities. The City Council will meet later this month to review priorities for the upcoming year. In conclusion, I want to highlight some areas of priority that the City Council will be reviewing. Number 1, continue to find ways to improve the safety of our roads and enhance pedestrian protection in the community. Number 2, continue to support our police and fire department in public safety efforts. Number 3, build the tax base through effective economic development efforts. Number 4, finalize a vision for future redevelopment of the Hillside Plaza property into a true town center for our community. Number 5, facilitate planning processes to formulate and adopt an updated general plan for the city. Number 6, continue to work strategically and methodically through budget processes to be effective and efficient in the use of taxpayer dollars. Number 7, work to secure additional grant funding to maintain existing infrastructure and to enhance all city services. And number 8, to continue to preserve and enhance existing trails and open space areas. I believe that Cottonwood Heights is an exceptional city whose strength comes from the wonderful and service-minded residents, exceptional staff, and diligent elected officials that together work to make our community better each day. Dr. Charles Mayo, one of the brilliant founding members of the world-renowned Mayo Clinic, once stated, "The keynote of progress is system and organization. In other words, teamwork." Through the teamwork of residents, business owners, city staff, and elected officials, we will continue to make our city between the canyons one of the best places in the world to live and to work. Thank you.